I'm Romain Laval. I graduated from the Design Academy in the department called Wellbeing, so a year ago, and for my project I did a short movie where I tried to tackle the topic of industrialization, but doing a movie where I would show more the singularities of people being part of the process of making a ceramic mug, and then to see like how this singularity is actually shaping the mug at the end. So that was more like to kind of create a way out where you can also imagine kind of another reality where things could also be happening in this way, where it's not really too much about function but more about individuality into like a process of making. My time after graduation, I kind of needed a time to kind of close the chapter. So it was a bit because school is a very, like the Design Academy is a very intense world, which is very nice and very creative, but also takes all your energy in a way. So after that, it was kind of very strange to have this feeling of, okay, I feel free now, but I also feel like I don't have this frame anymore. So I needed a bit of, I took almost a year to kind of figure it out, trying to have like work next to that to earn a bit of money. But after like everything kind of took shape slowly, and I decided to move on, to also get out of this bubble and to see, okay, so what do I really want to do, and maybe I want to like work more on myself to still get a bit more confident about my work, so maybe I should apply for a studio. So slowly it went to these kind of steps. I think my biggest achievement since graduation, I think is to get a bit more relaxed after the fact of graduating, you know, like to kind of realize that there is other possibilities, that you can also apply design as a discipline in like many different like direction, and for me it was nice to also really like to get out of this bubble a bit, to also see like, okay, you can work for someone. I mean, I'm attracted towards movies, so I can also work for people who does documentary. Like a lot of different directions which maybe are not really present in the school, like we don't really talk about it, but it's also possible to apply design in this kind of field. So I think it was more to like, yeah, slow down a bit, to relax, not feel guilty of like not moving forward really quick, really fast, and to also like, yeah, take your time, see your priorities, like go step by step, and okay, it will come. My biggest challenge since graduation, I don't know, I think it has been kind of the same notion, like to figure out how can I still do a practice which is related to creativity, but how can I also be able to live my life in a completely independent way. So I think it took me like a lot of energy to, not saying that I'm a spoiled kid or whatever, but just to, you know, to feel like, okay, so I want still to try to maybe do some dance, to learn music, to like do all these kind of things, but I need I need to kind of have a stable life in order to also, next to that, have my practice. So I think it was just the time to really figure it out, to see like, okay, so the priority right now is to be stable. So try to find a way to be stable, and after you can also get your mind free in order to be fully into your creative world. So that's why, that was kind of figuring out, like making orders and hierarchy. To be honest, as a designer, I didn't really, I wouldn't say that I respond to COVID-19, but I think it was more like this feeling of being able to have a time to not feel guilty about maybe making some installation in your garden, maybe to paint, like to do these kind of things where you don't project yourself in terms of I need an outcome, but I'm just doing it because I like it, without any pressure of time. So that was this, and also we moved into like a geodesign project with a friend of mine who is like, so like a project promoted by school as well, So we had to work on that, so we had to deal with this kind of distance work, which was a bit hard because she was in Amsterdam, I was in the southwest of France. So we had to find a way to work even though the distance was there. So it was also like this kind of challenge that I didn't really experience before, but I mean everything went well, like we found a kind of a schedule, like a rhythm, so yeah. But no big deal in terms of how to really respond to it. It was, yeah. My dream for the near future is I know I to be honest I really want to find this kind of stability, to find a place where I feel good, where I feel that my creativity is also put into something that I like, that I can share with people. Yeah, I would say like for now my dream is just to be independent, to really feel that I can touch whatever I want in terms of practices. And if it's a mistake, but I'm the only one to blame for that, you know. And that's the only thing I want to, yeah. And to do some paintings and just to kind of really enjoy the practice of design in a very stable way if it's possible. Yeah. If I would win the prize, I think I would, I don't know, I didn't really think about it. I think I would still like feel a bit more stable for a few months, which is a very nice feeling, like a bit of a weight which goes away for a bit. I think I would also like to give a bit of this money to the two girls who helped me to do this movie, because they were also students, and they did it just by friendship, but it was like a lot to do and very tough, like mentally, and I think they really deserve it as well. So I think it would just be that, and yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, of course, like, yeah, it would just be something that makes you feel a bit more like relaxed, to kind of, if you want to go into more projects, then you also know that you have a bit of money that you can use for that. So it's like, it's always welcome, of course, you know. So yeah, but I don't have a very precise plan because my project was a movie, so it's also hard to develop it. It's not like a product where I need to have like someone who is kind of building it or producing it. So it's more like always going towards people to, you want to show this movie or like festival or this kind of thing. So it's a bit different in terms of using money for these kind of things. So yeah, I don't know. It's like half and third, I think.